Welcome back to Metal Heroes Review, episode number 8. This one discussing episodes 37 to 40. With this, 4 more episodes left to go, and I'll be done with Space Sheriff Gavan. 37 is simply put this: an alien tomboy princess coming to looking for her treasure, and the Moroku want it, and they think it's like gold or jewels. What it actually is something else. And by the way, her alien form is like a plastic bug. Apparently, her and a bug. I'm like, what the heck is this? This is basically the Hopians. Yeah, the planet's called Hope. Yes, and apparently it's more wealthier than Earth. Apparently, yeah. So at one point he gets. By the way, in the episode we have a Kamen Rider alumni show up here. Well, we have Dr. Death show up in this episode. Except it's his actor, but clearly it's the actor who played Dr. Death. Great to see the guy again. Despite being at this point, I think it's been like a decade at that point since his character got killed off in V3. That's where actually wasn't V3 was that? Yeah, that was the last time he was seen prior to this. Dr. Death, great character. Loved that character in the show. I thought he was a lot more interesting than the first guy that had the show. Yeah, but in the case of this one here, like, he's here as a monster. He's the human form of a monster in the episode. At one point, poses as a priest. He still has the same style of speaking that he did back in the Kamen Rider series, which great. Because the guy basically was first seen back in the original Kamen Rider series. This one aired like about 9 years after his character got killed off in V3. So, as far as I can tell, I think he's also the first Kamen Rider alumni appear in this one. Yes, because so far we had 2 Super Sentai alumni. Now we have one from Kamen Rider, which is so awesome. Yep. And by the way, what is the treasure? Seeds that look like mints. And as a thank you for helping her, Gavan is given some seeds to grow flowers. And then she and her butler go back to Hope. And that's all I see from that one there. Yeah, so that's the case of that one. In the case of like episode number 38, now 39 basically involves a freaking sword that Gavan gets, that basically that they want, and of course the Moroku try to use on him but doesn't work. Yeah, that's basically what 38 is. Basically, hands on a magic sword, which doesn't appear again after this episode. Nope, it doesn't. Don't know why it does. It just doesn't for some reason. Yeah, I'm not really sure exactly why in the world it doesn't reappear after this, but it just doesn't. I thought it was a very weird thing. And by the way, the full title of episode 38 is Surround the Transport Corps, the Righteous Sun's Sword. Yes. Now, 39 is simply, oh yeah, a kid coming from school and finds out his house is a Moroku base. Yeah, how in the world this happens that they just show up as a delivery man at this woman's door who's got a baby, and they just basically barge her home, and of course, the whole point of this is to try to kill Gavan. Yeah, and they fail miserably. Not because Gavan knew about them, not that Gavan didn't know anything about them being there. It was some truck that randomly popped up out of nowhere and basically blocked the shot. And of course, Gavan takes on the Moroku, and of course, this episode feels a bit random. Of all the episodes, it was pretty random at best. The weapons have clearly worked, except it missed. All because of a random truck. Yeah, I thought that was kind of odd to say the least. Now, the case episode 40. Oh boy, this one. Yeah, where basically you have Kandro's nephew show up. His overweight nephew. Now, normally you don't see this for Japanese. Usually kids expected pretty well fit. This kid apparently just loves eating. So, yeah. So he apparently was a Space Sheriff, big fan of Space Sheriff Gavan. He does meet him in the episode. And what's the plot of this one? Well, get their hands on this Devilanium. That's the name of this thing. To create a hydrogen bomb. Yep, and we also have like a couple times. So we have this stand that pops up completely out of nowhere in the middle of the mountains. Why the heck it's there? The monsters run it. Just basically stop a professor who's taken captive. And by the way, the kid himself is pretty useful. He especially gets regular hostage. He takes out one of the goons, and he frees the doctor, everybody else, and they go off. And of course, the kid goes back home. Probably never seen it again series, but yeah. Also, I've been forgetting to bring this up here. Since 31, they actually have the grunts go back to wearing the black leather jackets again. Well, the big poofy jackets they basically wore at the start of the series. And occasionally, whenever they have, I have been noticing this too. Whenever they have Gavan go to Moroku's base, they have a tendency to use a bit of stock footage here for some reason. Either it's the thing exploding, or the things I just pulling the thing down with the other coat, or having like a horror girl jump on top of the machine and somehow that activates it. And also the fact that drag him to space or create a Moroku space. Yeah. But that's the episodes in a nutshell. They're not terrible episodes per se. I'd say that probably 40 is probably the weakest episode of the whole series so far. I mean, a kid beats up one of the goons. A kid. Which a lot of the time they usually... Now, my only guess is because he's chubby. Yeah. And typical for people who are overweight. They get exhausted a period of time. Yeah. I have nothing to say to that because that happens to me for running, but not for walking. As long as I'm fully hydrated, I'm perfectly fine. To walk up okay amount of distance per se. Yep. But not much to say about this episode, but we're getting very close to the finale. We're basically entering the end game step. We're about to enter that because I think 42 is the beginning of that particular end game arc, which brings the return of Mimi and Hunter Killer. Yeah, that's when they return again. Of course, I'm not going to reveal exactly what happens in 42 until I watch it. Yep, I'll probably watch it, but later I got a stream to do. So probably next video probably going to be the final episode. Talk about the final episodes of this series. Yes. So, see you next video. Bye.